Welcome to Daily English Stories. Join me on this exciting journey as we use the power of storytelling to unlock your English proficiency. As the plane touched down on Japanese soil, my heart raced with excitement. I had dreamt of this moment for years, and now I was finally here, in the land of the rising sun. The airport, bustling with travelers from around the world, echoed with the anticipation of new adventures. I stepped out of the plane and into the terminal, greeted by a wave of unfamiliar sounds and a sea of diverse faces. It was a sensory overload, but a thrilling one. The air was thick with the scent of anticipation and curiosity. My journey had begun, and I couldn't wait to immerse myself in the rich tapestry of Japanese culture, history, and beauty. Walking through the lively streets of Tokyo was like diving into a whirlpool of excitement. At every corner, there was something new to explore, and I couldn't wait to immerse myself in the city's vibrant culture. One of the first things that caught my eye was how Tokyo effortlessly combined its ancient traditions with the latest technology. Towering skyscrapers, flashing billboards, and sleek bullet trains coexisted harmoniously with historic temples and shrines. It was as if history and the future had decided to be neighbors. My journey led me to Sensoji Temple in Asakusa, a place that felt like a bridge between eras. Passing through the colossal red gate, known as the Kaminarimon Gate, I stepped into a world that seemed frozen in time. The temple grounds were abuzz with activity as visitors and locals prayed, lit incense, and explored Nakami Street's charming shops. Of course, the delightful scent of street food beckoned me, and I couldn't resist. I joined the queue to sample some local treats like sizzling yakitori, grilled chicken skewers, and savory takoyaki, octopus balls. The friendly vendors made me feel right at home, and I couldn't help but smile with each delicious bite. As the day transformed into night, I ventured to Shibuya, where the city's neon lights painted the streets with vibrant colors. The renowned Shibuya crossing, often hailed as the world's busiest pedestrian crossing, was a spectacle in itself. Amid the bustling crowd, I made my way across, feeling like a small but significant part of this urban symphony. In the midst of Tokyo's bustling energy, I also found moments of serenity. Meiji Shrine's tranquil gardens offered a respite from the city's hustle and bustle. The towering torii gate at the entrance felt like a portal to peace, and the lush pathways led me to the shrine itself. There, I was fortunate to witness a traditional wedding procession, a beautiful reminder of the enduring cultural traditions that thrive in the heart of Tokyo. As I returned to my hotel that night, my heart was full of gratitude for the day's adventures. Tokyo had welcomed me with warmth and diversity, showcasing a harmonious blend of age-old customs and modern marvels. With each step I took, I felt a deeper connection to this incredible city, and I couldn't wait to uncover more of its treasures in the days ahead. Kyoto, a city steeped in tradition and serenity, offered a striking contrast to the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. As I explored its historic streets, I couldn't help but be captivated by the timeless charm of this cultural treasure trove. My first stop was the iconic Fushimi Inari Taisha, a shrine famous for its thousands of vermilion torii gates that formed a mesmerizing tunnel. As I followed the winding path up the sacred Mount Inari, I marveled at the dedication and wishes inscribed on each gate. The sight of sunlight filtering through the crimson arches cast a warm glow, and I felt a sense of calm wash over me. In the heart of Kyoto, I visited the Kinkaku-ji, also known as the Golden Pavilion. The shimmering reflection of the pavilion on the tranquil pond was a sight to behold. It was here that I met a friendly local guide, Yuki, who shared stories of the temple's rich history and the symbolism behind its gold leaf exterior. Yuki's passion for her city was infectious, and her insights added depth to my visit. Kyoto's Gion district beckoned with its narrow alleyways and traditional wooden machiya houses. While strolling through this geisha district, I was fortunate to spot a geiko, the Kyoto term for geisha, gracefully gliding through the streets. Her porcelain complexion and vibrant kimono were a testament to Kyoto's enduring commitment to preserving its cultural heritage. One evening, I attended a traditional tea ceremony in a centuries-old tea house. The ceremony's meticulous rituals, from the precise preparation of matcha to the graceful exchange of tea bowls, left a lasting impression. The tea master, an elderly woman named Mrs. Tanaka, explained the significance of mindfulness and tranquility in every sip. It was a humbling experience, and I left with a newfound appreciation for the art of tea. Kyoto's Arashiyama Bamboo Grove was a nature lover's paradise. As I wandered through the towering bamboo stalks, I felt like I had stepped into another world. The faint rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze created a soothing melody that resonated with the beauty of simplicity. One day I joined a group of locals in a traditional kimono-wearing experience. With the help of an elderly kimono artisan, I was transformed into a vision of elegance. The intricate layers and vibrant colors of the kimono held stories of generations past. As I walked the streets in my kimono, I was met with smiles from strangers who appreciated my embrace of their culture. Kyoto's enchanting temples and gardens allowed me to pause and reflect on the harmony between man and nature. The meticulously maintained Zen gardens, with their raked gravel patterns, evoked a sense of tranquility and balance. As I bid farewell to Kyoto, I carried with me not only beautiful souvenirs but also a deeper understanding of the importance of preserving traditions and finding peace in the midst of a bustling world. Kyoto's timeless beauty had left an indelible mark on my heart. My journey through Japan had already been a whirlwind of cultural discoveries and culinary delights, but the city of Hiroshima was a poignant reminder of the country's history and its unwavering spirit. Hiroshima, with its thriving metropolis, was a city of contrasts. It was impossible to ignore the scars of its past, yet at the same time, it emanated a sense of hope, resilience, and renewal. My first stop was the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, where the iconic atomic bomb dome stood as a symbol of the devastating event that had taken place in 1945. The solemnity of the park was palpable as visitors from around the world paid their respects. I met a survivor named Hiroshi, who had been a young boy at the time of the bombing. He shared his memories, recounting the horror and chaos that had unfolded that fateful day. Hiroshi's story was a stark reminder of the human cost of war, but he also emphasized the city's commitment to peace. He showed me the Children's Peace Monument, adorned with thousands of origami cranes sent by people from all over the globe as a symbol of hope and healing. Together, we folded cranes, adding our own contributions to the monument. Hiroshima's streets were bustling with life, and it was heartwarming to see its vibrant culture and art scenes thriving. I visited a local art gallery where artists expressed their emotions and reflections on the atomic bombing through their work. One artist, Yuki, explained that art had become a powerful medium for healing and conveying messages of peace to the world. The Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum provided a comprehensive look at the events leading up to the bombing and its aftermath. It was a sobering experience, but it also showcased the resilience of the survivors who had rebuilt their lives. I met Setsuko, a survivor who had dedicated her life to sharing her story with younger generations. Her determination to ensure that the world never forgets the horrors of nuclear warfare left a profound impact on me. Despite its painful history, Hiroshima was a city determined to move forward. The Hiroshima Castle, a symbol of strength and rebirth, was a testament to the city's resilience. As I explored the castle grounds, I met a group of school children who were eager to practice their English with me. Their smiles and laughter echoed the city's spirit of hope. One evening, I attended the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Ceremony, held annually on August 6th to commemorate the victims of the atomic bombing. Thousands of paper lanterns were set afloat on the Motoyasu River, creating a breathtaking river of light. It was a somber yet beautiful tribute to those who had lost their lives. Hiroshima had shown me that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, humanity could find the strength to heal and rebuild. It was a city that embodied the Japanese concept of kizuna, the unbreakable bonds that tie people together. As I left Hiroshima, I carried with me not only its history, but also its enduring message of peace and hope. One of the most delightful aspects of my visit to Japan was exploring the incredible world of Japanese cuisine. As I ventured into local restaurants and street stalls, I discovered a food culture that was not only delicious, but deeply rooted in tradition and artistry. Sushi, sashimi, and ramen were among the dishes I couldn't wait to try. Walking into a traditional sushiya, I was greeted by the chef behind the counter. He wore a crisp white uniform and a serious expression, a testament to the dedication required to master the art of sushi making. Sitting at the counter, I watched in awe as he meticulously crafted each piece of sushi. The rice was perfectly seasoned, and the fish melted in my mouth. It was a taste sensation unlike any I had experienced before. One evening, I ventured into a bustling ramen shop in Tokyo. The steamy aroma of broth filled the air, and I joined the locals at the crowded counter. Slurping noodles with enthusiasm is not only accepted but encouraged here. It's a sign of appreciation for the chef's skill. As I savored each bite of the rich, flavorful broth and tender noodles, I felt like a part of the lively tapestry of Japanese dining. But it wasn't just the traditional dishes that captivated me. I also explored the world of izakayas, Japanese gastropubs. These cozy establishments offered an array of small plates meant for sharing, accompanied by a variety of beverages. I bonded with locals over plates of crispy tempura, yakitori skewers, and takoyaki, octopus balls. The warm atmosphere and friendly chatter made me feel like I had found a second home. One evening, I stumbled upon a hidden gem, a small, family-run okonomiyaki restaurant in Kyoto. Okonomiyaki is often described as a Japanese pancake or savory cabbage pancake. The chef cooked it right in front of me on a hot griddle, adding layer upon layer of ingredients. With a flourish, he topped it with a special sauce and bonito flakes that danced in the heat. It was a true culinary masterpiece, and I devoured every bite. The food in Japan wasn't just about satisfying hunger, it was a sensory journey. It was a way to connect with the culture, the people, and the traditions that make Japan so unique. And in every dish, I could taste the dedication and pride that Japanese chefs put into their craft. But what made these dining experiences truly memorable were the moments of connection with locals who shared their favorite dishes and stories. Over shared meals and laughter, I realized that food had a universal language that transcended borders and brought people together. As I savored my last bowl of ramen in Japan, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the culinary adventure that had enriched my visit. It was a reminder that sometimes the most profound cultural experiences can be found in the simplest of pleasures. A perfectly crafted piece of sushi or a steaming bowl of noodles shared with newfound friends. Japan had not only filled my stomach, but also my heart with warmth and unforgettable memories. With a contented sigh, I paid my bill and stepped out into the bustling streets, ready for the next chapter of my Japanese journey. Amidst the bustling streets and vibrant city life, my journey through Japan led me to discover an oasis of tranquility, the enchanting Japanese gardens. These meticulously crafted landscapes offered a serene escape from the urban hustle and a deeper connection to the country's rich cultural heritage. One sunny morning in Kyoto, I found myself at the entrance of the renowned Ryuan-ji Temple's rock garden. The moment I stepped inside, I was greeted by a profound sense of calm. The garden was unlike any other I had seen before. It consisted of carefully raked white gravel surrounding 15 perfectly placed rocks. As I sat on the wooden veranda overlooking the garden, I was filled with a sense of wonder. The simplicity of the design allowed my thoughts to wander freely, much like the Zen monks who meditated here centuries ago. Walking through the Kenrokuin Garden in Kanazawa was like stepping into a painting. Lush greenery, vibrant flowers, and meandering streams created a tapestry of colors and textures. I strolled along the winding paths, taking in the beauty of each carefully pruned bonsai tree and the tranquil Kotoji Toro stone lantern reflected in the mirror-like waters of the Kasumigaika pond. The harmony between nature and human design was palpable, and I couldn't help but feel rejuvenated. One of my most cherished memories was visiting the Adachi Museum of Art in Shimane. The museum's gardens were meticulously maintained, and they served as a canvas for living art. As I wandered through the various garden styles, each carefully curated to represent a different season, I felt as though I was walking through a series of ever-changing paintings. The vivid colors of azaleas in spring and the fiery red leaves of maple trees in autumn were nothing short of breathtaking. But it wasn't just the aesthetics that made Japanese gardens special. It was the sense of mindfulness and harmony they instilled. I often spotted locals taking leisurely strolls, meditating by the koi-filled ponds, or simply sitting under the shade of ancient cherry blossom trees. It was a reminder that in Japan, nature wasn't just a backdrop. It was a source of inspiration, solace, and reflection. One afternoon in Tokyo, I visited the Hamarikyu Gardens, nestled in the heart of the city. Here, the contrast between skyscrapers and serene ponds was striking. I sipped matcha tea in a traditional tea house by the Shioiri Pond, surrounded by delicate cherry blossoms. The experience was a harmonious blend of old and new, a testament to Japan's ability to seamlessly blend tradition with modernity. As I continued my journey through Japan, I realized that these gardens were more than just spaces of beauty. They were living legacies of a culture deeply rooted in appreciation for the natural world. They served as reminders to slow down, breathe, and find tranquility amid life's chaos. I left each garden with a profound sense of peace, carrying with me the memory of their serene beauty. With every garden I visited, I felt a stronger connection to the heart and soul of Japan. And as I stepped out of these horticultural wonders and back into the bustling streets, I carried with me not only photographs, but a sense of inner calm that would stay with me long after my journey ended. Japan's efficient and expansive transportation system was like a well-oiled machine that whisked me across the country with ease. From the moment I arrived, I was in awe of the seamless blend of tradition and modernity that defined Japan's transport network. My first experience with Japanese public transportation was on the Tokyo subway. With maps and schedules available in multiple languages, navigating this complex web of underground tunnels was surprisingly stress-free. I remember standing on the platform, marveling at the punctuality of the trains. Like clockwork, they arrived and departed precisely on time. In a city known for its hustle and bustle, the subway offered a surprisingly serene and orderly escape. But the true highlight of my transportation adventures in Japan was undoubtedly the Shinkansen, the iconic bullet trains. Boarding one of these sleek marvels of engineering was like stepping into the future. The quiet hum of the train, the comfortable seating, and the lightning-fast speed transformed my journey between cities into an experience in itself. As I gazed out the window, I watched the landscape transform before my eyes. Vast stretches of rice fields and serene countryside whizzed past, interrupted only by the occasional glimpse of a quaint village or a stunning mountain range. It was a visual symphony that made the hours fly by. The convenience of the Japanese rail system extended beyond just the trains themselves. The Japan Rail Pass, a traveler's best friend, allowed me to hop on and off these trains as I pleased, granting access to virtually all JR lines. This meant I could explore every corner of the country without the hassle of buying individual tickets for each leg of my journey. In the evenings, when I returned to my cozy accommodations, I couldn't help but marvel at how seamlessly I had navigated a foreign land. Japan's public transportation system had not only transported me from place to place, but also immersed me in the culture and efficiency of this remarkable nation. Every time I stepped onto a train or subway platform, I was greeted by the reassuring sense that in Japan, transportation was not just about getting from point A to point B, it was an integral part of the journey itself. The Shinkansen and subways became not only modes of transportation, but also vessels of discovery, carrying me to places where I would create lasting memories. With each mile covered and each city explored, Japan's transportation system revealed itself as a window into the heart of the country, a reflection of its order, precision, and commitment to ensuring that every traveler had a truly unforgettable experience. One of the most intriguing aspects of my journey through Japan was the fascinating dance of language and communication. Stepping into a land where Japanese was the primary language was both exciting and challenging. While I wasn't fluent in Japanese, I quickly realized that a warm smile and a few key phrases could open doors and hearts. From the moment I arrived, I was greeted with "irashaimase," welcome, and "arigatou gozaimasu," thank you very much, by the friendly airport staff. These simple greetings immediately put me at ease and made me feel welcomed in a foreign land. Navigating the streets of Tokyo, I was surrounded by a sea of characters and symbols that seemed like beautiful puzzles waiting to be solved. Signs, menus, and advertisements appeared as intricate works of art, and I often found myself snapping photos just to capture their elegance. While I couldn't decipher the kanji characters, I could still appreciate their aesthetic beauty. Communication became an art form in itself. Without a mastery of the language, I relied on nonverbal cues and universal gestures, pointing at items on a menu, using hand gestures, and offering a friendly "sumimasen," excuse me, when I needed assistance became my allies. Locals appreciated my efforts, and it often resulted in warm smiles and a willingness to help. I quickly learned a few essential Japanese phrases that proved invaluable during my journey. Phrases like "onegaishimasu," please, and "wakarimasen," I don't understand, became my trusty companions. Armed with these basics, I felt more confident venturing into restaurants, markets, and stores. One of the highlights of my language journey was learning the art of bowing, a deeply ingrained cultural gesture in Japan. The depth of the bow conveyed respect, gratitude, and sincerity. I found myself bowing in return, a simple yet profound way to show my appreciation. Technology also played a significant role in bridging the language barrier. Translation apps on my smartphone were a lifesaver. With just a few taps, I could communicate my needs and understand directions. It was like having a personal language tutor in my pocket. But perhaps the most cherished moments were the interactions with locals who were eager to share their language and culture. At a small tea shop in Kyoto, the owner patiently taught me how to say "ocha," tea, and oishi, delicious, as we sipped matcha together. In Hiroshima, a friendly grandmother showed me how to fold origami cranes while teaching me the word tsuru, crane. These interactions served as a reminder that language is not just about words, it's a bridge that connects hearts and cultures. While I may not have been fluent in Japanese, the connections I made through simple phrases and shared smiles left a lasting impression. It was a testament to the power of human connection, transcending language and borders. As I continued my journey through Japan, I embraced the beauty of communication in all its forms. Whether through words, gestures, or shared experiences, I discovered that the language of the heart knows no bounds. As my time in Japan drew to a close, I couldn't help but reflect on the incredible adventure I'd experienced. Japan had captivated my heart and left an indelible mark on my soul. From the tranquil temples of Kyoto to the bustling streets of Tokyo, every moment had been a treasure trove of experiences and emotions. In Tokyo, I had marveled at the futuristic skyline while savoring the simplicity of a traditional tea ceremony. In Kyoto, I had wandered through enchanting bamboo forests and contemplated the serenity of centuries-old shrines. In Hiroshima, I had paid my respects at the Peace Memorial Park, a poignant reminder of the enduring human spirit. My taste buds had been on a whirlwind journey of their own. Sushi, ramen, tempura, and okonomiyaki had delighted my palate with their diverse flavors and textures. I couldn't help but appreciate the artistry that went into each dish, a testament to Japan's culinary mastery. But it wasn't just the sights and tastes that had left an impression. It was the people I had encountered along the way. From the gracious innkeepers who had welcomed me with open arms to the fellow travelers who had shared stories and laughter, Japan had introduced me to a global family. As I bid farewell to this enchanting land, I couldn't help but feel a tug at my heartstrings. Japan had become a part of me, and I knew that I would carry its memories with me wherever I went. The thought of leaving was bittersweet, but it was also a promise of new beginnings. Looking ahead, I felt a strong desire to continue exploring the world, one adventure at a time. Just as my previous visit was to London, I knew there were countless destinations waiting to be discovered. And who knows, perhaps Japan would beckon me once more. As I plan my future adventures, I'm reminded that the joy of travel lies not only in the destinations but in the stories we create along the way. So stay tuned for more adventures, more discoveries, and more stories. Until then, Matane, Japan, farewell but not goodbye.